Hello, and welcome to Me, My Friends, and I, the podcast where unlicensed adults give unsolicited advice with your host and new friend, Brittany.
I have not had a skin test in many years. So.
Well, that's how they'll check if you have an allergy for something, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very severely allergic to like pollens and shit. True, I get jabbed every week, babe. Every week.
You get jabbed every week.
I wish it was more often.
Oh my gosh.
No, but every like
How severe is the prick?
twice a week I have to go.
Must be painful. How do you recover?
Twice a week I will go in and they the jab, and they get me. But it's actually been working because right now the pollen is coming out and shit, and I'm able to breathe. How about that?
See, I've never been one to be affected by the elements of the world. Some might say that I'm not human.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
God, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get
COVID
it. No,
never existed in my world.
that's not true at all.
Flu. What is that?
And I hate when people, you're full of shit. People who say, "Oh, I never got COVID." Babes, you got COVID. You probably didn't show symptoms.
I never got it.
Coughs on keyboard. What are you spreading? Lies and the virus?
I've never gotten it. I think it's just some people are just in denial that they've been affected by that virus.
Yeah.
Whether it's influenza 1, 2, whatever the fuck it may be.
I absolutely abhor the fact that we even have to like know the names of these things. Like before, which is like you have the flu. Now it's like Omicron, Penacon, Anacostal.
The different variants of it.
Yeah, I'm not okay with it.
Yeah.
It makes me irritated.
Did you ever get COVID?
Yeah, I got that whole twice, maybe 3 times.
Since the pandemic or just like?
Since the pandemic.
During the pandemic.
I've tested positive.
Positive.
Since the pandemic, I have tested positive at certain points in the day. No, I've tested positive like once. Yeah, no, actually, it's once after the pandemic. But it's whatever. It's fine. So the month of February, I was wildly sick, and it was for lots of reasons. Whatever. But we gotta get into the topic. I'm sorry. This is the nature of it all, guys. Okay. Like this, yes, we can go off on a little tangy-wangy. No, cough into the mic. Don't
we have
cough
been
to the
known.
side. No, cough on it.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
Isn't there some type of girl on the
I don't
internet
even want to acknowledge that I even know this because I'm not in the scene. But when I tell you, I too learned about this girl.
I heard in the streets, as you know, it's not something that I think I have seen it in my Explore feed in YouTube.
Your For You page.
No.
Props.
My Gays for Pay page. I don't want to just out myself like that. My God, if you couldn't tell already. But yeah, I have seen it. Some like street interview of this girl, and she's talking about you got to hawk to it on that bitch or something like that.
Okay, that sounded way too proper for what she really did.
I'm trying to just make sure I get the articulation proper.
No, she said something hawk tua.
Oh.
And I believe she might have a podcast now. Big ups to her. Truly, that's like the other girl. We're doing it again. We have to get to the topic because we're gonna be, next time we turn around. So please, everyone, I'm gonna name you as Desiree, and if you would like to rename yourself, that's perfectly fine.
Fine, that can be an anonymous name.
Yes, fine, Desiree.
No one will know who it is.
They will know, Desiree. They will know. Please do welcome.
Thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
Yes, yes you are. So, could you please walk us or let us know what the topic for today is, or what the theme of the month is? And also, I can give you a refresher again.
Wait, it is. Let me see if I have it correctly. It's where did you come from? Where did you go?
That's accurate.
Is that how the tune goes?
Yeah. I'm glad. So you're one of two who's actually they've caught on that it's like the Cotton Eye Joe song. But where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye Joe. That whole shit. Right. Sidebar, because there's too many of those. Sidebar, in the collage that we went to, purchase the conservatoire. We did a play once, and I don't remember which director or professor it was, but they wanted us. Was it that I hate that I'm going to remember this incorrectly, but we did something like they slowed it down, and it was like, where did you come from? Where did you go? Cotton Eye Joe. But I don't think they said the
Negro spiritual sounds. Love this Cotton Eye Joe Negro.
I swear, it really was giving that. It really was giving that. But I feel like
Cotton Eye Joe. Love that.
I feel like we chose like a different verse or something. I swear I'm butchering the memory because duh. But I think it was a different verse or something like this. But that's kind of like what I thought about a little bit.
So I mean, it's a good one. So the Cotton Eye Joe.
Well, not the Cotton Eye Joe part. That's a scary even thought. That's a scary even sight.
Somebody who has a cotton eye.
That's what I'm saying.
Sounds like Nero spiritual.
Okay. It's giving M. Night Shyamalan, Bing Bong made a movie, or it's giving Tyler Perry did something. It's giving Coogler.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Coogler.
Stop. But that's the vibe when I think of like Cotton Eyes.
Yeah, Cotton Eye Joe. Where'd you come from? That boat. Where'd you go?
That land.
That land.
That piece of land over there.
Over there.
But no. But yes, that's the theme for that month. And I think it came out of, I'm not going to say what it came out of, but when you first learned about it or when I reminded you of it, where did your head go immediately other than the song?
Well, I must be honest. It did take me to the cotton fields.
Oh, God. Don't bring me back. Just save me now.
Take me to the cotton fields of Texas. But yeah, I am from, my first initial
your birthing place.
My first initial thought of it, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it. It's like, with being here in this, would this be considered a metropolis?
I don't
New
know.
York?
It can be whatever you want it to be because facts, they don't belong on this show. They don't belong on this show.
But yeah, I'm from Houston, Texas. And within that layer, I am from in terms of my family, a extremely conservative, aristocratic family of blacks. If you haven't heard, if you don't know, my voice does give, maybe has a color to it. I don't know. A hue.
I just talked to someone about that. I think it was I was talking to someone about that recently, and I think I can place any voice.
Just like listen over the phone.
It's a bold statement to make. But I personally, every time I get on the phone with someone, I'm like trying to place them. I'm like, oh, I know where you're from. Some people are very, obvious because they might have an accent, right? And predominantly what that demographic looks like, like all that stuff. But it's like a game that I will play with myself.
Yeah, there has been some times where you can be tricked, can be fooled, where you listen to somebody's voice and you can pinpoint where they come from, but I mean, granted, I have been that person on the phone where I've acted like I was not from some place, like just had an accent, just did an accent. So can you tell when somebody is just like, is that an authentic North Carolina accent, or are you that kind?
I can just give you region.
You can just give region.
I can give you region, and if you say like certain things, I'll be like, I can like super duper place you. But I mean, as shallow as it sounds, I'm just trying to find out if you're black or white. Like that's really what I'm actually trying to figure out.
You sound like you're from the South, but Anglo-Saxon, maybe with a little touch of Creole,
You know what it does it for me? And I said this the other day. I was like, I can tell when the person's Black because I can hear a little pain in their voice.
Oh. Oh, dear God.
I swear to God.
I can hear struggle.
I can hear it in their voice.
I can hear it.
I can really hear it in their voice. And even if they're not from the South, sometimes there's like a swang or like a, the draw.
Mm-hmm, that twang.
That twang, that draw that comes in for no reason. For no reason. Either way, I can place you.
Mm-hmm. That was my. See, it ties into where I come from. So I'm from Texas. I'm from Texas. Not from the Texas, but I guess
it works.
From Texas. And moved here. Why did I move here? For acting. Now, when I moved here for acting in New York, that was one of my biggest worries. Is like, oh God, I'm going to sound so country. Just from the people I've been hanging out with, my family and everything. And when I went to the drama school, went to this class one day, it was like vocal production. And so the first day of vocal production, they take us one by one, and they come in there and they say, read that. It's like, you just read it, and just plainly don't try to do anything. Mm-hmm. And so I tried my best not to hide, but my best to hide my accent, because I thought it was just like screaming, which it was. And I got clocked.
Yeah, you got clocked. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, this is about to become some sort of advertisement for, do you want to feel insecure?
Yeah.
Are you over the age of 15?
Yes.
Going on 18?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to feel insecure?
Yes.
Sign up for an acting class. Straight up and down, because that's what they did to us.
You want mental illness?
Do you want to doubt yourself for 20 years? Okay?
Absolutely.
And pay for it?
Pay for it.
And pay for it? Come
pay
here.
us.
Pay us. We will.
Mm-hmm. We will ruin how you see film, how you view art. We will ruin how you view yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They really did that to us. They had us read a passage or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And they diagnosed me.
That's
diagnosis
exactly what it became.
It was like, oh, you have the pin pan syndrome. And I was like, what is that? So you can't say pin or pan.
So tell the people what that looks like.
Oh my gosh.
Pass me the
pen.
Okay.
And see, that's me being like, pass me the pen.
Okay. What do you write with?
A pen.
Oh, no, don't do that shit now.
See, now that's me thinking about it now, though. But I would say I would write with a pen.
Yeah, and you would I don't know.
Pay attention.
But you would know. But you would put something up on a bulletin board with a.
Well, with the pen.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's pen.
Yep. Yeah. It's okay because you're classically trained.
I haven't worked it out yet.
It's fine. You're classically trained.
In my mind, there's still some unraveling I have to do.
That's fine. It's actually hilarious how emotional. It's hilarious, but not hilarious. Like the voice is very important and like very. It connects to our souls. Mm-hmm. I think I've said this before, but it's almost retrospect, and I'm trying to be shallow about this, not too deep. We were in there crying at times because people would have breakthroughs with their speech and didn't know they had problems. And that's what I'm saying. You want to know what problems you have? Go to acting school.
That is true, because I was being pushed during, musical theater to have some type of emotion. The song was, what's that song? From the Lion King musical. I wish that would have been so fun. I would have loved that one. Okay, I wish it was that one. I was given that one, but it was like it was like something about where has the starlight gone? Something I don't know. Lost. You promise you will be there whenever I need you. Something like that.
Okay.
It's Simba talking to the sky. Mufasa is dead.
Oh.
You promise you'd be there whenever I needed you.
Oh my God.
So it's like basically talking about father issues, not having a father.
Good God.
And so I'm singing this, and they're like, but could you, very good, thank you, Des. Could you think about a time?
Oh God, want me to think about a time?
Think about a time that you probably didn't have someone there to support you, in your acting, your artistic endeavors, and I was like, I guess I can use my dad as this example, but okay. They didn't know that I was dead inside, so I'm numb. Mm-hmm. I can't really pull from me any kind of emotion. I intellectualize all the emotions. So I tried my best to try to emote something, but
they just thanked you for your time.
They thanked me for my time, but I wasn't feeling anything. See, this is the thing about acting. I wasn't feeling anything. I was not connected. However, everybody else who was listening was it really affected them. I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's a debate. I really think that's among many debates where like, do I need to be feeling these things that the character is feeling, or do I just need to help you feel something? I play with it all the time.
I think that's the most important thing, though. That the people who are
otherwise it becomes like self-serving,
right? Because I'm feeling myself, and then the audience is like, okay.
So I have seen it before. So I saw spoken word a few months back. It was like near BAM or something like that.
Spoken word is tough.
It's tough. Now this is my thing, and also being an actor, watching people who maybe might not consider themselves actors, but like poets, slam poets or this, that, and the fourth. It was a competition also, so people were bringing their A game. You had some fan favorites, but it was like the crowd that was really choosing, and then you had like 10 or 12 people who were actually audience members, but were also judges. And so, like, when the judge that was chosen on the spot puts up a number, the audience would like clap or like yay or nay it to kind of push them in the direction that the crowd wanted.
Apollo.
Yeah, pretty much. It made sense to me. But anyway, this girl goes up, and when I tell you, she was energetic from below her tiptoes to to her hair follicles and above. Like, she was fully energized in this monologue. Or see, it feels like a monologue.
Yeah.
In this piece that she wrote. And when I tell you, she had me for like the first half, but then I saw the person in front of me experiencing it to a degree that I couldn't even feel anymore. It took me out. Your Honor. And I was just like, somebody get this girl some water. First of all, like, you get to choose what you want to talk about. Fine. It's a beautifully written. But in her retell, if I could give her a coaching, boy, I would get her. I think I would move her.
We want to work with you.
We do. Call 555. Truly.
I think, how was that for you?
Shut the fuck up.
How was that?
I absolutely. You know what a professor would do? We would do a scene, and then he would go, trigger for all my friends. Trigger warning. Because if we're doing it through the voice. Oh, what did he say? He used to be like, well, he would always say, what would you do if the scene? What the fuck did he say? He would always go, what would be happening if the scene never started? My friends are gonna be like, girl, he said something else, but it's something similar to that. And when you would finish the scene, he would go, okay, what do you want to tell me? He doesn't sound quite like that. He sounds like somebody's mobster friend. He's not quite like that. He's just, but the age is right. And I hated that because, babes, I'm supposed to like transform in this scene in front of you, and I'm supposed to not be, censoring myself. I'm in it. Sometimes when you perform, you're in it. You're not out.
Yeah, you're very much so in it when you're performing. There's very little of like any outside interference in your world that you just created.
Yeah.
But I don't miss that question, that little period after you come out of the scene. All right, lights up. So, and it's quiet. It's like dead ass quiet because everybody's like looking at you. And especially if the end of your scene, you have to be the one like.
Yeah, it's so awkward.
Okay, lights up. So how was that for you?
Fuck you.
That's the biggest shade. It's so shady.
It is kind of shady.
So what did you discover?
Bitch, I just paid your bills. I've been paying your bills for 2 years. You better tell me what you saw. You better have something to tell me. What do you want to tell me? What does your paycheck want to tell me?
But why have me do this whole like tell you what I discovered which wouldn't be much. I discovered I learned the text, and I memorized it.
Okay, I'm rather good at memory.
I'm rather good at memorizing, and then you tell me how I really did.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, I really discovered. Oh my gosh. I really felt the character come through, right? Radiate through my bones and my veins. Some people shake after it. I mean, it's overdone, but of course, it's overdone.
Sure.
But those people who are in it that much, and then they discover that their scene was quite shit from the acting teacher.
Yeah, they do a lot of building you up to pull that ass
yes
down, to pull you down.
That was me discovering. That was the first. That was week 1. Everything you thought you knew about acting.
Throw it out the door.
Throw it out the goddamn door. I was told from my acting coach, she said, if you repeat that line the same way, I'm going to goddamn throw you out of that window. I was like, oh my God.
Statute of limitations, please, somebody look it up. Because when I tell you some of them are, I don't want to use that word, but they are mishandling their students. And I think oftentimes they forget, we are literally paying you to do your job for me. That's what used to rub me the wrong way about, like, we had a cut program. And while I think I understand the basis behind it, right? Like, I think I do. But I just feel like a lot of, like, what feels like a young person's future is in the hands of these people who literally, if your ankle decides to go out to the right during holding a plank, you'd maybe fucking get put on a chopping block. I'm being dramatic here. But there's sometimes, like, you're still dealing with very young adults, and you're asking them to, be bigger than they really are, and like they're still very fresh.
Right.
I just couldn't get behind some of the things that happened there.
Why am I portraying an animal?
You better stop.
We had that Animal Week.
Not Animal Week.
Animal Week.
We had what animal were you?
I wanted to be something completely different from anybody was doing. Everybody's going to be choosing deer and lions and cats and all this other and gorillas and stuff. And they came to me and they were like, "What are you going to be working on?" I was like, "So the animal I'm presenting today is a turkey."
Oh my God.
And when I tell you I worked that goddamn turkey,
I'm sure you did
to
gobble.
The bone.
I bet you did. You gobbled.
I was gobbling, and I have crossed eyes and everything. My eyes were crossed, and I used to waddle over in front of people, and everybody was dying laughing, and I was like, it's clear I was supposed to be in comedy. Born for comedy, darling. It's clear as day.
That sounds like
because who would think of a turkey?
Who
Me?
Would? Yes, you. That reminds me of speaking of where you come from. I used to be like, I'm very animated as it is, right? But I used to be even more animated. Maybe I feel more self-conscious about being animated because I feel like most of the people around me, they can't handle that.
So they don't deserve.
They don't deserve it, but like I deserve to live truthfully. And so I do it still, but then I fucking feel, a little self-conscious when I'm, being myself, which is really annoying because I'm not hurting anybody, right? But anyway, it reminds me of like, a few years ago when I was in high school.
A few years
you
ago?
Don't flinch. You don't.
But you waited for me to catch it. A few years ago.
I wanted to see if you were down.
My God.
Yes, I know. Anyway, so I'm very green to all of this. I'm very far in my career, given the timing. But I was, a few years ago, I was in high school, and there was this like creature that I would do, and it's like a dinosaur. And it's like, I think it's like, maybe like an ancestor of the ostrich. Oh. Maybe smaller. Because ostriches are very aggressive and they're very like twerky. But it would be like this, or maybe a raptor. Yeah, a raptor mixed with a ostrich.
A ostrich.
Very good.
A ostrich.
And I would like bend my hands back so. And I would like do this whole like. And I would do this whole sound thing. Y'all caught that. You caught the vibes. And I would do that. And
paint the picture.
they would lose their minds. I would set up a whole scene.
Jurassic Park.
That's exactly what I was giving. We would be in the middle of a drama room, and I would come from around the corner. They'd be like, "Britt, do the dinosaur, and I'm like, "Oh, you people!" And I would go over to the side, and then moments later, I would come back and and I would do my whole thing, and they would lose their fucking minds. What is that about?
For the payoff of the laughter. The laughter.
Yes, we do it for the laughs.
We do it for the laughs.
I do it for the laughs.
Live for the applause.
I want to know. I'm gonna get back to the topic. Actually, you started on about how you're in Houston, or you're from Houston. That was your birthplace.
I escaped.
Escaped.
Well, when people usually ask me like, "Where are you from?" and I was like, "Well, I'm from Houston." Like, "Oh, why'd you move here to New York? What brought you to New York?" And I always say, "Oh, I'm just here seeking asylum."
You're so annoying.
And I'm like dead face. And they're like, "Wait, what?" I'm kind of like worried. Like, "Are you something?" It's like, "Yeah, I escaped."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you knew the life that I left, you would be like, "Oh yeah, we get it."
So then tell us, highly or not granular, how, as much detail as you want to, I know what brought you here, but what pushed you, what pushed you out?
What pushed me out was I got tired of the whole the hamster wheel of going to work, going to church, eating, repeat, going to work, going to church throughout the whole goddamn week. Just it's just boring. And I had no interest whatsoever in pursuing any kind of career or position in my father's church. So also came with that was our relationship with my parents, both together. It got mixed because I was an employee of the church, also yet, I guess, a member by force because it's my parents. And then my parents, who were the pastors of the church. So the relationship, a lot of lines were blurred. So I was like, I don't know who's talking right now. Is my dad talking, or is my pastor talking, or is my employer talking? Oh. Those. And I just refused to have that kind of relationship. I just wanted a parental relationship. That's it. So I had to disassociate from that.
Oh, wow.
And I saw my way out would be through education. So that was my ticket.
That was your ticket.
To get out here.
Yeah. Fair. I'll take it. I asked you this because I think in general, we all do a certain bit of code switching.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right. Unless I'm listening closely or I catch you in like a very relaxed moment, I'm not going to be able to tell where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm thinking to myself, sometimes we use code switching for different things to relate, to disguise, to hide, to escape, whatever it needs to be. So the way you're speaking now, do you think that this is how you speak? Like this is you now? Or is this a change to you? Like, is this a different version? Are you code switching? Or is this just you?
Excuse me, listeners. I am coming off a bit of a cold.
You're so annoying. Why do you do that with you? He does this thing where it means it's just he just exposes the bottom row of his teeth.
It's because I speak as if I have veneers. And so I saw Faye Dunaway, and she when she was introducing the Best Picture of the year or whatever, Oscars, and they had fucked it up with Midnight, right? It was the second year, and then she came up and she says, "Well, as they say, 3 times a charm." And so I just, I've just associated speaking like that with wealth.
Yes, that's what I get when you do it every single time. I'm like, someone's got money. I don't know where, but it's someone's got money.
But yeah, no, this is me how I speak now, not having anybody from the South, that region, around me.
So you're saying when you
so if I was there, it would probably just start picking up some isms here and there.
Now is that by place or is that with whom you're hanging?
That's with whom.
Ah, interesting. So, like, even though you've developed this new self, right, this new version, you
after
find yourself,
acting school,
because you are classically trained.
Classic.
You can't make that face when you say that because we're all broke. All the actors are broke. All of them.
But we can imagine.
Yes, we can
imagine
act
a world.
We can act like absolutely. But okay, so that's so interesting to me is that like you've created this new version of yourself, and then you now code switch to like access this other part, an older version, which I think is important because some of us, we change so much and we forget that the things that made us who we are, like our accents, like our isms, whatever it is, they helped the folks around us feel comfortable, relate to us. And that's why, I mean, I'm not a scientist or anything, but like that's how you fuck around and lose good people.
Right. I don't want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I just want to have this weird mashup of whatever the fuck. Like, where are you coming from? Like, where do you come from?
Yeah.
You know, like really concerned. Like, wait, you say things like this, but then you don't sound like. So what do you speak with this weird British dialect every now and then? Like, so what are you doing? You know. So
I love that.
I don't like to be predictable.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I don't like to be predictable.
I noted.
Heavy
noted.
On
Oh. Why are you like
heavy?
Okay.
We know.
I love the idea of having all these different voices and like accents and this, that, and the fourth. I find myself, I think I may have asked Kelly Wood about this. Maybe I can't tell who it was. Maybe it was Wood, but I have like 50 people, like 50 million people in me at once. Pause.
Oh my gosh.
I knew you was
going. Oh, what a burden to carry.
I'm serious. I really do. And so my voice is always either changing, like I'm always like, maybe like I'll throw in a different accent like every now and again. But like in a day, I'm probably speaking like 6 or 7 different people.
It could be one word.
Truly. Truly. And you and I do that a whole bunch. It's
a whole
fun.
Lot. It is.
It's fun, but it's not fun when it's all fun and games too. Let's just say Karen. Let's just say Karen.
It's an Anglo-Saxon female.
It's all fun and games until someone does it. When a certain someone does it. Truly. But okay. You know what? Let me try to help me figure this out. Because it's not just that simple. It's not, it's fun and games till, Becky does it. No, it's deeper than that. Becky could do it.
I mean, there are some times where I do find it funny if they are accurate.
If they're accurate. Or if they really, really like mean it. Otherwise, you gotta commit. Otherwise, I'm just like, it's giving inauthentic.
Yeah, you're apologizing in the middle of doing.
Thank
it's like,
you.
Don't do that.
Do it fully.
Just do it fully.
If you're gonna say the N-word, just
say
it.
And I want you to use the hard R. Use it. I want you to. I'm ready.
I dare you.
I dare you. You hear what I say? You hear me what I say?
I really mean that. The other day I went.
I find that hilarious, though. I know people, they that's a little testy.
It is.
But I do find that hard R hilarious. I'm always laughing at it. As Black people, we could do it. We could say it all day, and I'm still laughing at it just the same, So when I see some video on YouTube or something of like some races, doing that or saying that word with the hard, I find that so funny. So that would actually be my reaction in real life if I was supposed to be. If I was getting called that, some weird, made up. I don't know how they came up with these, these derogatory words. Like sand, this, and monkey. I thought
okay,
that was
so
weird.
It's
like
super odd.
Where do you have to be in your mind to come?
Where was mental health in the 1800s? We need to know.
What can I say?
You know what the mental what can I say?
What can I say? Sitting on the porch, like, what can I say to really get under their skin?
Well, you know what? I would imagine. I was about to say that, like, where was mental health in the 1800s?
Oh my gosh!
And I really think those were the witches. The witches.
The witches.
And yet they were trying to burn them at the stake.
They were.
That's also like, not. I don't know if I'm using this right, but a trope. I don't know if I'm using it right. Whatever. But
I would be a witch.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
But that's one of my favorite things. Like 1800s witch. Like what's her name? I was talking to her earlier, and she was saying that someone whenever she wears that particular dress, folks are like are like, oh, she like, well, not folks, but a certain person would say that she looks like a witch, like she's gonna be doing her witchly things that night, but like 1800s witch. Oh, yes. Okay, and I just love
it's the stare.
There's something about, and I know it's fucked up, but I'm telling you, there's something about that time period and the fact that they were out here burning bitches. Just burn them up. And all it took was, I saw Amanda move that door with her hand. I saw it.
She sneezed.
Or like if you didn't like someone, you just call them a witch.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
If you were betrothed to some ungodly man and you didn't sweep that day and he came home, you didn't wash the linens. Oh.
For the third time this week.
Something's wrong with you. You witch.
No,
witch.
No,
witch. Please, no.
It seems like you have to say it like that for them to take it. For them to take it seriously, you have to say it like that.
You have to call it out. You have to let the town crier. Witch.
I can see witch.
Why are you laughing so hard? You're laughing too much.
Yes.
This is a gaggle of girls right here. Yes. It's like, oh, damn.
It's just
jeez.
It's just.
But why is it only women? Why was there was no warlocks?
That part.
Sounds like a nice film.
Other than that, they were just doctors, right?
Witch. Priests.
Witch.
Jeez.
The healer.
The healer is a witch. Yes. The welder.
Witch.
He works with fire.
He's bending. Wait, no. He works with fire and he's bending. He's bending the earth. He's bending the earth.
He works with sand and
moves.
Minerals. Water. You see that water? It's the steam coming from the water.
See, that's
the cauldron.
Which exactly. So, all that being said, that was my tangent. I truly have there's a special place in my heart for like 1800s witch. And I can't unlove it. So look, we're running down close to time.
Okay.
So I want to know, you're going to be back on. So like, it's fine, right?
Oh my gosh, I made it. I was welcomed. I mean, because you've been asking me to be on here for like, oh my gosh, 3 to 4 months.
I'm going to let you have it.
I've just been like, oh my gosh, pestering me. Like, what do you want? You want to swipe or something? What is it?
Oh, you're so full of shit.
God. Here, you want my seat?
I don't have any spare change, sorry.
Sorry. I only use Omni. Omni is the only thing I do.
Yo, fuck Omni.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Real bad.
Fuck that. I still get the Metro card.
I call scam with these transfers.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's why I stopped using it. So I was doing the beepy thing because I'm like, it's quite convenient. I get the concept. They're doing it in the Europay. They're doing it. But here, like, you tap with your card, and I just remember doing that a few times, and then I'd be sitting in my own black home, and I would get an alert saying, hey, thanks for writing. Or, like, my Citibank or whatever.
Yeah, your bank, like mine.
It'll say that I charged something. I'm like, babes, how did I charge something when I'm in my house?
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a delayed charge either. It was like, thanks for charging. It does it each time.
I wonder if that's the same issue with these city bikes.
Oh,
where
really?
people are like just riding around on city bike, people. Those who are, home insecure, I should say.
The word is houseless.
Houseless.
I think why did you say that?
Houseless. She became houseless.
I don't know.
Dear God.
I don't know when that became a thing. I think it was recent, like in the last 2 years, people stopped saying homeless and it was like houseless.
Well,
I think there's another term for it as well. But I get it.
Houseless.
Because, I mean, home is where the heart is.
Home is where the heart is.
No, but it's funny and it's true, though. But, like, home is wherever you choose to be or where you feel most safe. And if that's not necessarily in a house
Who are
you
can
to call
say?
your own, yeah, fuck you. Like, why would, you know?
Ayanna was like, Ayanna Van Zant, for those who are in Zinzi and below. She said, I've always had a house. I've never had a home.
Oh.
Love how I put that.
Oh.
She said, so finally I'm in my home of her own.
We like
she had
that.
built from ground up.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I like this.
I love this too.
I'm going to tell you, just to finish up on the Omni, don't do it. Just get the Metro cards. Just get the Metro
They're
cards.
getting rid of the machines, though.
I know.
Pretty soon.
Oh, my God. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And the attendance.
It's what?
Mm-hmm. There are downsides. And so the attendance will probably only be at the major transfer stops.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Where's all our money going?
To a 31-point-something billion-dollar stadium in New York somewhere, some new stadium.
Nah, it's not the stadium. There's a jail that they building, you know.
With the MTA? The MTA building the jail?
No!
They need to.
They probably
Listen, they need to, so we can get some seats on these motherfucking things. So we,
MTA
God
is making a lot of changes.
They're doing it for the facelift of Penn Station.
Oh, God. Props.
That's what they said.
Props. It's so funny. The Penn Station that I used to know was like extra dirty and I'm talking like 10 years ago.
Talk about houseless. It was, oh my
that
gosh.
was a group home.
Penn
Station,
gigantic halfway
Penn
house.
Station was a halfway house. Penn Station was a group home.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
But I will say you can take. I thought I was gonna have a clever thing for that, but they're still there.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get confused. I see people come and be like, "Oh, it's so shiny and beautiful here."
I know,
babes. The man that's yelling is yelling at no one
over there.
Okay, that smell you just got a whiff of is from someone coming 30 feet away.
Yeah, pay attention.
Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yes.
And your dog. Fuck around.
And your luggage.
But actually, all this to say, don't trust the MTA. Keep buying your Metro cards. Because what they're completely removing the experience out of being a New Yorker or not being a New Yorker because you're supposed to swipe and get gum. That's how I know that you belong
and
here.
Get blocked. The barricade.
That's how I know that you belong here or not. That thing makes me nervous. I don't want it to hit my stomach.
I have been shamed many a times. We're thinking that I went through. He's like, oh my God, trying to get.
I'm just
hurry up and swipe, and it's like you didn't hear that. You didn't hear that beep.
Yeah,
that it's a certain beep, and you missed it, but you're like already.
You're on your way, and you shouldn't have been.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you're blocked.
You're blocked. They need to say denied. They need to change it to a voice. Try again.
Mm-hmm. But it's very humbling.
Absolutely.
When all of the stalls turnstiles are being occupied.
Yeah.
And then, like on a major rush, you have a line of people behind you. And you're trying to hurry up and get out of the way.
We're all just trying to get to our places.
And you're that one that beeps and gets blocked, and somebody's already on your back.
Well,
you shouldn't be on my goddamn back.
Exactly.
See there?
Yeah, look.
6 feet, social distance.
But it is humbling and embarrassing.
And embarrassing.
But that's how I'm supposed to. That's how I know if you belong here.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you haven't done enough work.
Well, it ties into the where'd you come from and where can't you go?
Where can't you go?
You cannot go.
Turnstile, not to that train. You can't. It seems.
You can't go there. Not here.
No. We're very much at time. But I don't know if you've listened to the other ones, but what I'm going to do is thank you for your time.
Oh my gosh.
Stop. Don't. No.
Oh my gosh.
No. As we wrap, it's important for us to be building our manifesto still.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be amazing. But based off of this conversation or just like whatever you have in your heart right now, like what is a piece of advice that you keep with you, that you take with you throughout the days? It doesn't have to be amazing. It doesn't have to necessarily be related to this conversation. But what would you offer to our listeners and to my 98-year-old self?
I would say to always remember that you're on your own time. That's pretty much it.
I like that. You could have said anything, and I'll probably still say I like it. But I do really like that. And I've been kind of trying to practice that because there's something, y'all try it. Walk slower. I guess that's what I'm going to add to yours. It's going to be like a thingy to yours, but walk slower. I don't care where you are, what you're doing. Walk slower. I'm telling you, there's something to it. And then lastly, what I close with is consider for this moment and this moment alone that you might not be the person that you think you are. And with that, I want to thank you for being with me.
Thank you for having me.
You'll be back.
Yes, I will be. In full voice and less mucusy.
Goodbye.